It feels like just yesterday we were watching Back to the Future for the very first time. Maybe you were curled up on the couch beside your dad, or squeezed into a movie theater seat with popcorn spilling onto your lap, and the moment the DeLorean hit 88 miles per hour, something inside you just lit up. Time flies so fast, but the warmth this film brought into our living rooms, that wide-eyed wonder, that electric joy will never, ever fade. Today, let's slow down, take a trip down memory lane, and see how our favorite stars have grown so beautifully in 2026. Grab your tea, get comfortable, and let's go back. Michael J. Fox. Kicking off our list at number 1, the heart and soul of the entire trilogy. When Back to the Future came out in 1985, Michael was just 24 years old. That skateboard-grabbing, guitar-shredding kid from Hill Valley. And in 2026, he is a graceful and inspiring 65 years old. Time has been extraordinary to him, not always easy, but extraordinary. Because here's what Marty McFly gave us that no other character could. He made us believe that an ordinary kid could do extraordinary things. When he was scared, we were scared. When he made it home, we exhaled alongside him. He was every teenager who ever felt out of place, and he made all of us feel a little less alone. Today, Michael continues to be one of Hollywood's most beloved advocates, championing causes close to his heart with the same warmth and humor that first captured us decades ago. He has written, he has spoken, he has laughed loudly and generously, and his spirit remains undiminished. Watching him now, you don't see the years, you see courage. Christopher Lloyd. Coming in at number 2 is the one, the only Doc Brown. When Christopher first threw his arms wide and shouted, "Great Scott!" he was 47 years old. A wild-haired, brilliant, beautiful eccentric. In 2026, this legend stands at a magnificent 87 years old, still carrying that unmistakable spark in his eyes, that same electricity that made you feel like anything was possible if you just believed in the science of it. Doc Brown wasn't just a mentor to Marty. He was a mentor to all of us dreamy, curious kids who scribbled inventions in the margins of our notebooks. Christopher continues to be a beloved presence in the hearts of fans around the world, attending gatherings, connecting with generations of viewers, and reminding us all that the greatest adventure is living with passion. He once said something that stuck, that Doc Brown taught him that friendship transcends time. Leah Thompson. At number 3, bringing such warmth to our screens, Leah Thompson. She was just 24 years old when she played the young Lorraine, blushing and falling in love in 1955. In 2026, she is a radiant 65 years old. And oh, what a complex gift Lorraine was. She made us laugh, she made us squirm just a little, we know. And she made us feel the bittersweet ache of seeing our parents as young people, full of dreams and mistakes and beauty. Leah brought so much humanity to that role. These days, Leah remains wonderfully active, directing, producing, and embracing life with a creativity that never stopped growing. She is proof that the women who shaped our childhoods are still out there, still creating, still glowing. Crispin Glover. Number 4 goes to the beloved, wonderfully strange Crispin Glover. He was 21 years old, just 21, when he played the awkward, shuffling, deeply lovable George McFly. In 2026, he is 62 years old. George McFly was the character we all secretly were a little awkward, a little afraid, desperately hoping someone would believe in us. And when George finally stood up, when he pulled back that fist and the music swelled, there wasn't a dry eye in the house, or in the living room, or in the heart of every kid who'd ever been pushed around. Crispin has always walked his own beautiful, eccentric path, creating art on his own terms, making films that challenge and surprise. He gracefully stepped away from the conventional Hollywood lights long ago to find his own form of creative peace, and somehow that feels very, very right for him. Thomas F. Wilson. At number 5, the man we love to boo, the man who secretly made the whole thing work, Thomas F. Wilson. He was 30 years old when he first sneered, "Hello? Hello? Anybody home?" at us. In 2026, he is a wonderful 66 years old. Here's the thing about Biff Tannen. Every bully we ever met at school had Biff's face. He was the shadow that made Marty's light shine brighter. And what Thomas did with that role, the layers, the menace, the comedic absurdity, it was a performance, a real one. What you may not know is that Thomas is genuinely one of the funniest, warmest human beings behind the scenes. He's a stand-up comedian, a musician, a poet of sorts, and he spent years cheerfully answering fan questions about Biff at conventions with nothing but kindness and humor. Time has been so kind to him, and he has been kind right back. Claudia Wells. Coming in at number 6 is the sweet and spirited Claudia Wells. She was 21 years old when she played Jennifer, Marty's girlfriend, in the original film. In 2026, she is 62 years old. Jennifer was the girl next door, steady, loving, the quiet anchor to Marty's wild adventures. Claudia brought such a gentle authenticity to the role that even in her limited screen time, you felt her presence. After the film, Claudia made the beautiful decision to step away from acting for a period to focus on her family and then found her way back on her own terms, running a successful clothing boutique and reconnecting with fans who never forgot her. She gracefully stepped away from the Hollywood spotlight to find beautiful peace in everyday life, and her story is one of quiet, personal grace. Elizabeth Shue. At number 7, bringing her own magic to the role, Elizabeth Shue. She stepped into the role of Jennifer for the sequels at age 26. In 2026, she is a luminous 62 years old. There's something so warm about Elizabeth's Jennifer, a steadiness that grounded the increasingly wild adventures of the sequels. She made Jennifer feel real, even when hoverboards and alternate timelines surrounded her. Elizabeth went on to have a remarkable career full of depth and range, and she continues to work with a quiet excellence that her devoted fans celebrate deeply. Time has been so incredibly kind to her, inside and out. James Tolkan. Number 8 goes to the man whose voice still echoes in our memory, James Tolkan. He was 51 years old when he first bellowed, "Slacker," at us through the screen. In 2026, he is a distinguished 91 years old. Here's what Strickland meant to us. Every school had one. That no-nonsense authority figure who seemed like the villain until you grew up and realized he was just trying, in his rigid way, to prepare kids for the world. James gave Strickland a texture that made him unforgettable, even funny in retrospect. He has gracefully stepped back from the screen into a quieter, well-earned chapter of life, and we hold so much tenderness for him. Mark McClure. Coming in at number 9 is Mark McClure, Marty's older brother Dave, full of that easy small-town charm. Mark was 27 years old during filming. In 2026, he is 68 years old. Dave McFly was the kind of older sibling we all wanted, laid back, warm, a little goofy. He made the McFly family feel real, feel like a family you'd actually want to sit down to breakfast with. Mark brought that effortless believability. Mark has lived a full and beautiful life since, largely out of the glare of Hollywood. He gracefully stepped away from the spotlight to enjoy the simple and lovely rhythms of everyday life, and somehow, knowing that feels like a gift. Wendy Jo Sperber. At number 10, the wonderfully funny and big-hearted Wendy Jo Sperber. She was 28 years old when she played Linda, Marty's sarcastic, lovable sister. She would have been 69 years old in 2026. Wendy left us far too soon, in 2005, but oh, the warmth she poured into every single scene. Linda McFly made us laugh without trying too hard. She was real, genuinely, bracingly real. Wendy Jo Sperber left us a beautiful and timeless legacy that feels like a warm hug every time we rewatch the film. We carry her with us. Harry Waters Jr. Number 11 is for Harry Waters Jr., the man who, in one of cinema's most joyful scenes, held a phone up to the speaker so his cousin Chuck could hear a sound that would change rock and roll history. Harry was 33 years old during filming. In 2026, he is 74 years old. That scene, Marty shredding on guitar, Marvin calling Chuck Berry, the whole auditorium going wild, it's one of the purest jolts of happiness ever put on film. And Harry was right at the center of it, with that enormous, generous smile. He has continued to share his talents in theater and the arts, living a life full of music and meaning, still carrying that familiar sparkle. Billy Zane. And at number 12, a face you might not have expected, a young baby-faced Billy Zane playing Match, one of Biff's cronies. He was just 19 years old during filming. In 2026, he is a striking 60 years old. Billy Zane would go on to become one of cinema's great presences, Titanic, Twin Peaks, so many beloved roles. But here, in 1985, he was just a teenager in a leather jacket, lurking in the background of movie history. And isn't that a beautiful thing? That even the background of this film was full of futures waiting to happen. Time has been so incredibly kind to Billy, he continues to act, to paint, to live boldly and colorfully. A man who never stopped creating. And there they are. 12 souls who gathered together in 1985 and made something that 41 years later still makes our hearts skip, that still makes us want to call our parents. That still makes us believe in second chances, in friendship, in the idea that the right moment is never truly lost. We've grown up alongside these people. We've changed, they've changed, the world has changed. But the love has stayed exactly the same. Now it's your turn. Looking back, how old were you when you first watched Back to the Future, and who were you watching it with? Was it your dad on a Friday night, a sleepover with your best friend, or alone, discovering it on a rainy afternoon? Share your precious memories in the comments. Let's build a time machine together. And here's a little test for the true fans. Which moment hits you harder every single time? Option A, the clock tower scene, lightning crackles, the DeLorean accelerates, and the power of that music just destroys you completely. B, the moment George McFly finally punches Biff and asks Lorraine to dance, and you realize the shy, shuffling boy became someone brave. Comment A or B to prove you're a true fan. And don't forget to subscribe for more heartwarming, nostalgic journeys, because here, we never really say goodbye to the things that made us who we are.